What's good, YouTube? Cardfight can't hear AQUA Life Baby. You already know how it is. And today, guys, I want to bring you an update to my main man, Thavas' Aqua Forest deck. Now, this build, guys, is very different from how I've had it before. I know I've talked with a few subscribers about a build such as this. And so far, it was working pretty nicely. The reason why I'm going to take this build in a different spin in a way is one, again, just wanted to try it out. Two, I realized that there are some issues with not riding Thavas, and I need to try and fix that part of it because my deck, previously I felt was, Thavas's ride or die. If you don't ride Thavas, then you need to find him as fast as possible, or else, a good percentage of the deck does not work, and it's the important part, especially in critical situations based upon my, based upon my experience at the ARG and recent tournaments. As well as consistency. I needed consistency in the deck just in case, I can't get to Thavas. I need consistency in being able to use units like Lambros and just being able to not slow down my offensive, any of my offensive capabilities. I needed to just have something that would either speed it up or keep it more or less the same. And I felt as if certain units in the deck, really slowed it down if conditions were not met. So I'll show you guys the changes in the build, and I'm still working on it. I'm still tweaking it and whatnot, but so far it's working really well. I'm still working on plays with my backup Vanguard that I can do along with Thavas' playstyle. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy this deck and look for future updates. All right, let's get into it. All right, so starter is still Officer Cadet Andre. He's the best starter for Aqua Force. Not much to say about that. Just giving the unit the ability just giving the unit Magnum Assault's ability to restand with plus 2k at the end of the battle that attacking opponent's Vanguard is a huge plus. It really helps with games in where you need to just pressure and you're not really seeing anything. It helps with Melania's double draw plays. It makes units like High Tide Sniper, hint, hint, just absolutely nuts. So Andre just puts in too much work into the deck, not for me not to run him. All right, 4 heal trigger, same as always. The trigger lineup I'm going to be experimenting with like a 7-5 draw mix, but so far, but it's still the same. For Malika, for Supersonic, and for Petros. Nothing much has changed there really, but I'm going to be working with a more draw lineup, maybe like 7-5 or something like that. But I feel like right now with Melania in the lineup, I don't need to worry about drawing, hitting defensive draw triggers that much because I have her as a more consistent draw engine in a way. All right, and on to grade 2 or 1. Grade 1, pretty standard still. For Plato on flipping PG, got to have those in the deck. 4 copies of Nikki, the stride enabler. Got to be able to stride. Thavas is the backbone of the deck. You want to be on him at all time. Even in bad matchups, you'll find that being on your main Vanguard is so much more of a plus. But even in this deck, we have 2 main Vanguards in a way. So I'm going to explain more of that when I get to it. But you still want to run 4 Nikki. It's a stride deck. 3, baby girl Melania. She's just she's my favorite grade 1 right now. I love her so much. Resist, very versatile as a booster and an attacker. She just makes a whole lot of plays, whether she's in the front row or the back row. Definitely something that I love. And then 2 copies of Stacia. Obviously, you guys know why I like Stacia. 9k from the back row. Anything extends combos, makes Lambros turns dangerous when you can poke at a side with Magnum Assault and then get her from the back row and another attack off. Absolutely disgusting. All right, and on to grade 2. All right, so for grade 2, guys, the man that needs absolutely 0 explanation. 4th copy of the Tile Assault. Nothing much to be said there. He's my main boy. He's always with me. I hope they reprint him as an SP. I will get 4. Or no, I need 12. 4 copies of Magnum Assault. Yes, Magnum Assault has definitely returned to us at 4. He was working with the backups, but put him into some game situations, and he's earned his starting spot back at 4. The reason for this is, again, he just adds the consistency to the deck. I love Adelaide and I still run her, but the fact that is, if I'm not on a Thavas Vanguard, she is inconsistent. And that's what I was trying to make, is that I need a card that when I'm not on Thavas, I can still do what I need to do and still put out my offensive pressure, whether it's the same or better. I'm not trying to slow down any. And skyros as a bag of Vanguard really slowed me down, but having Adelaide at 4 was, again, pretty much a, if I'm not riding Thavas consistently, I'm screwed. And so I needed something more consistent to get to the 4th battle, and Magnum Assault was that choice, and I don't regret going back to him at 4. He's been working out magically. And like I said, Adelaide took down to 2 because of that consistency factor of being, if I'm not riding Thavas. I mean, maybe if we get a Thavas G, then she's probably going to earn her spot back. But Magnum Assault is extremely consistent in this deck. Just absolutely too consistent in this deck for what he does. And then 2 High-Tide Sniper. Yes, I took out Baby Girl Saberflow. The reason is because, I feel like I can get a good amount of draws off of Melania, who generally sticks to the board. Plus, High-Tide Sniper can, poke at something, and he can hit over numbers. With G Guardians and things like that in this format, I feel like you definitely need to increase the offensive output of the deck while relying on cards like Melania and your draw triggers to build up defense right now. Zero Flow Sailor definitely can save you, and if you play her, by all means, but the way the game is now with some of these decks like Gear Chronicles being overly aggressive and, G Guardians are a thing, restanding him and have him swing 29 on Lambro's turn, more if you use Malika or get a trigger on him, absolutely nasty. Put Andre on him, 29, then 31. Things like that. High-Tide Sniper definitely is a welcome addition back into my lineup. And grade 3. All right, so grade 3, as you guys saw, 4 copies of my main man, Thavas. Again, he's the backbone of the deck. He's what we want to be on. If we're not on Thavas, then it was kind of hard to really do anything. You're sitting there, blood, sweat, and tears trying to find him and ride him. But I think we figured out a solution to that. If we can't get to our main man Thavas, 4 copies of Anger Boil. Yes, surprise, surprise, playing the little Anger Boil Thavas. Now, the reason why I wanted to choose Anger Boil, 1, I did talk to a few subscribers about this. 2, again, I feel as if he's a better back of Vanguard than skyros is. He offers you better things. Playing against Darkface Mega Colonies, for instance, which has gotten a bit more popular around here. Being on Anger Boil, I can abuse his GB2 skill to get a poke attack off here, then restand something and give it 10k. His GB2 skill, and he's a better tech ride in that matchup, where skyros really didn't help too much. Even with his resist ability, didn't really help exactly too much. Again, I needed something to help my offensive output more than anything else. Even in the Chaos Breaker matchup, pairing this guy up with like Stacia is actually very good because she's going through the back row attacks if our front row is locked. Now, on the other hand, it also opens up a different option to my stride deck where I'm able to actually access Tetraboil. So that's another alternative. Again, not slowing down in the offense by riding it back of Vanguard and, just either keeping it the same or speeding up in a way. Keeping the same or speeding up rather than being slowed down by units like skyros. And also, even though without the resist ability, people say, oh, well, you need resist for Denial Griffin. No, you can't. Someone told me that it doesn't matter if they have Denial Griffin, you're going to get Denial Griffin, because skyros, once you stride over him, your front row loses that resist ability. So, it's all null and void there. And on on their turn, sure, you can have resist and they can't pick and prod your front row units. But again, that's why you have backup plans. That's why, we do other things so that, we can prepare for them to pick and prod our stuff and call them back out and then continue to push and pressure our opponent. So I feel like Anger Boil has been such a really good addition. If I don't ride him, I don't lose a step. That's my most important thing. I don't lose a step. And then with the addition of 2 more copies of Magnum Assault and me seeing Adelaide at a little bit less at 2 copies, it's pretty good. So again, I feel like he's a welcome addition to I feel like he's a welcome addition to the grade 3 lineup. And again, I'm not trying to lose a step. I want to, either have an alternative way of winning while being on him, especially if I can't find Thavas. I don't want to be put into an emergency situation where it's like, well, dang, if I can't find Thavas, I can't win. No, that's not true. I have another way to win the game, and Anger Boil definitely provides me a gateway to doing that. All right, and on to the Stride deck. All right, Stride deck's fairly simple. Still 2 copies of Floatia, nothing new. 1 copy of Dismal and Screw. Sea Breezy, you already know what it is with Sea Breezy, and 1 copy of Aristotle. Again, Aristotle just puts in a lot of work, just being able to retire something and, do what you need to do. So, definitely really nice card there. All right. Then I have 2 copies of Tetra Boil. Yes, I'm running 2 copies of Tetra Boil. Why? Because we are running, what's his face? We're running Anger Boil, and he gives us access to Tetra Boil. Now here's my thing. If I'm on Thavas, if my opponent lives through 2 Commander Thavases, Aristotle, and, double Lambros, then something's going, awry. That's just, wow. But, even in late game situations, maybe riding Anger Boil over Thavas and then pressuring with like Tetra Boil or something else might be better in the end. So, and also Anger Boil's GB2 skill is a little bit easier to get off, more so than Thavas's GB2 ability. So that's, and with Anger Boil, gives me access to a restanding Vanguard. So, still an awesome card. And I'm just running him at 2 because, again, he's just in there just in case I need to ride my backup Vanguard. But again, this still gives me a way to win the game. It still gives me a way to keep up the offensive pressure by adding in a restanding Vanguard, essentially, in addition to Thavas and in addition to Commander Thavas and Lambie Bambi. Speaking of those 2, 4 copies of Commander Thavas. What can I say? He's the commander. Just awesome card overall. Gotta have him. He's getting reprinted as a triple rare in set 9, so he'll be a lot easier for everybody to pick up. You definitely want to pick up 4. And then I'm playing 4 copies, obviously, of Lambie Bambi, the greatest, the goat of Aqua Force Strides, right here, my baby, right here. Yeah, you already know how Lambie Bambi is, baby. Alright, so that's the end of the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I will be working on this deck. I'll be playtesting it some more tonight. Hopefully you guys will catch it. I might do a few playtest games with this deck if I don't feature everybody else's. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and look forward to more updates from this deck and other decks. Alright, peace out.